Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The New World. Thank you for joining us. But today, we revisit a topic that has been buzzing throughout the social media world regarding the fiancé of recent Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. More videos and photos have resurfaced of Hunter's fiancée, Leanna, taking photos, texting, and being in different videos with different men. Now, if you have seen, we did make a video talking about the hate Hunter received on both the Heisman and his relationship. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. But before we hop into this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and stay tuned for more content, and tell us your thoughts on the recent leaks in the comments. Now fellas, after the recent videos of Travis Hunter's fiancé resurfacing and the leaked jail call of Devin Haney's wife confessing affections with ATL legend Young Thug, what are your guys' initial reaction to both incidents?
Well, my initial reaction was I wish we would have held off on that damn video. If I would have waited like another 24 hours, I would have had a lot more data. I will say this, and for people in our comment section on that video, I know a lot of y'all niggas is not watching the full video, but there were a lot of people that were saying that all these people care about Travis Hunter. Stop that shit. Niggas don't really care. Niggas just like being messy. Niggas is like females these days. They just like being messy and just like attention. Let's start with the Devin Haney situation first because that's a little less controversial. I did do a little bit more extensive research, and apparently that call was made in 2022. She did post on her IG that happened before, but I will preface and say this: Devin Haney, sir, you taking a lot of L's right now, brother. Are you taking a lot of L's right now? It's like they not even full L's, really. They kind of like half L's. Like even with the Ryan Garcia situation when he got his ass, the bros roided up, and that was a no contest. So it's not a loss on his record, but he still took a big L in terms of like on social media and the media. Everywhere, niggas are clowning him. He didn't have that great of a reputation before that either. So this situation just builds onto that. My thing with these guys is that when you have this much access and this much guys in their early 20s, why are y'all trying to settle down? I don't really understand it unless it's a situation where she was with you before the fame and before the access, when you on the come up, like 15, 16, because now you can't even really say like in high school, because Travis Hunter, we know that he was number one player in high school. He had clout, he had motion back then. So everybody knew who he was. He's younger than me, so he had a bunch of millions of Instagram followers, if not hundreds of thousands in high school. So you can't even say before the fame at that point. It would have had to been like when he was 14 or 15. So I think that guys should take two paths when they're going to have this much clout, especially when they're prodigies. We can say that Travis is pretty much a prodigy. Either settle down with someone that was with you before you were even good, before you had any motion, or two, wait until the tail end or the end of your career to settle down. Because we all know that all of the women that you're going to come into contact with, for the most part, they're going to want you for that one main thing, is because you got that bread. And that's it. And I feel like guys have not had a lot of interaction with women, Travis Hunter, and they don't have a whole lot of experience, and they just kind of get wrapped up in that, and they just start losing all sense of objectivity and logic and rationale. But with Devin Haney, even if that situation did happen before, some of the shit that she was saying on that call, brother, you think the way that she was talking that she's over that man, that she not into other niggas like that? You need to reflect on that. Now, he hasn't really said anything about it. Young Thug, stop lying. You're a liar. I can't take anything he said seriously. He said that that's just his friend. Sir, respectfully, do niggas think that we're dumb? We are not slow, Young Thug. We know something is going on with you and that female. Stop lying. Stop acting. You got to try a little bit harder. Well, let's go to the Travis Hunter situation. I saw Travis Hunter deactivated his social media accounts. The brother is not in a good position, and I really want open discussion, open dialogue with this conversation, because I don't think that this could happen, but can this dude's draft stock potentially go down with some of this negative publicity that he's getting? And not necessarily his draft stock, but maybe his marketability, because dude, he is trending all day for the wrong reasons. Nobody's talking about his Heisman Award no more. Like, the first part of that video that we made about Travis Hunter was about the Heisman race between him and Genty. Nobody is talking about that. We're talking about him and his girl. That's the only thing the niggas care to talk about, is him and his girl. That's going to have a negative outlook on your marketability when we talk about endorsements, commercials. This guy just signed that Adidas deal, guys. You just signed that deal. You're trying to build on that. Travis Hunter doesn't really know how to deal with the fame, and it's getting to him. I did see him, I think he was on stream, and he mentioned that he was getting drained. I can tell. So I think that somebody needs to come and shake this dude and tell him, like, look, guy, you need to let this girl go. You need to let her go. She's not good. She's for the streets. Like, we all see the shit. She's for the streets. You say y'all been together 5 years. We got videos documenting 3 years ago, 2 years ago of her with other guys. Like, you need to wake the hell up and smell the coffee. When I see him in all of his interviews, he talks about how he wants to put on for his siblings, his brothers and sisters. Dog, if you want to build that legacy, build that foundation and make generational wealth, you got to let her go, bro, because she is going to impact you, because niggas are not going to let off of the gas. They are going to continue to accelerate on that negative publicity. Niggas are going to continue to find snaps of your girl. They're going to continue to find clips. They're going to continue to find tweets, and they're going to continue to find comments about this girl because she is not good for you and for what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, Travis Hunter is in a situation where he needs to be selfish, because being selfish is going to put him and his family in a situation that if he's not locked in on his craft, they won't have another opportunity. It'd be a 1 in a billion for them to get this opportunity that they have right now. So he needs to lock in and focus on his craft. Women will come later down the line. Women that are way better than this, no disrespect, but piece of trash type broad that he's hanging out with right now. She is not good for him. And I'm very curious as to what Deion said to him, because it's like, is this dude really listening to what Deion Sanders, his mentor, what his parents are telling him? I mean, he did acknowledge that his fiance, he listened to her overall, so she got this nigga hooked. She really got this nigga wrapped around her finger, and is really bad cap for the Travis Hunter supporters. But I want people on social media, all of you guys that are finding this shit, y'all are lame for that shit, because it's like, I don't see what the point is now. Like, what's up with this exposed culture? And also all of you guys that are acting like y'all in support of this nigga, please stop it. Y'all just don't want the nigga to be in a healthy relationship or with somebody that you don't like. So I do want to preface that piece of it, because that was a big issue, especially with all of her at the Heisman ceremony and all of the other stuff we saw on social media. Were they red flags? Sure, but they were, for people to be bringing them up and sending them to him directly was a little out of place. But I will say that right now, the onus is going to be on him once again to figure out what he really wants to do with the situation, because they're not even red flags. They're red lights. Like, dude, stop right now and let this girl go. So yeah, man, the onus is going to be on his ass to figure out what he want to do with the situation. But if I was me, I would get the hell out and dodge, lock in and focus on my craft. Like, brother, you got to get ready for the draft. And don't you think if you continue to be with this girl, when you get to the NFL, niggas gonna be talking shit. NFL players are gonna be trying to get at you, and the way that they gonna get to you is by talking about your girl. How you gonna deal with that, Travis Hunter? Because you're not handling it very well, sir.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is just a canon event that all of us guys go through, that Travis Hunter's going through. And I said this in our first video about Travis, that I think this is like the first time he's had a girlfriend. It's kind of obvious if you couldn't tell, just by the way he's acting. But yeah, man, we all go through this, and Travis Hunter, he's just gonna learn from this. He took down his socials, which I thought was a really good idea. Like, I think most athletes should honestly, stick towards that path. Like when Sauce Gardner, when he shut down his socials, I think most people should do that, because it's like, you don't really need that outside interference. And basically everybody on social media is just hating. They just want to hate. I do want to say this though, because this was the main thing I took from this. The dudes that were propping the leaks and the Snapchats from 3 years ago, I ain't gonna lie, they mad lame. I think I saw one of the dudes, he was like, he essentially made a shirt, and he had a shirt with the girl and him on it. And then on the back, it was like the Heisman trophy of Travis Hunter, the Travis Hunter won. I was like, bro, this is so lame, bro. Like, come on, man. This is the best y'all can muster, bro. Like, I don't know, man. With the Devin Haney situation, I don't really have much to say about this, because the main thing I took from it was the Young Thug meme, which was fucking hilarious. Like, Young Thug, he essentially did the I Show Speed meme, where he just he was trying to laugh in his head, but he didn't laugh. And I thought that was really funny. But Devin Haney, he's had quite a rough year, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Just for that to come out now, to kind of cap off the year that he had, especially with the fight going on, all the controversies that was going on with that, Ryan Garcia, which we know he's a clown. That situation to me was just crazy. But going back to the Travis Hunter situation, because I think Travis gonna be a good player, and I don't think he's gonna. I don't think his marketability will go down from this controversy. Because I don't think, if the controversy was stemming from him, like if he was cheating and you saw him basically what John Moran was doing like 2 seasons ago, where you basically see him in strip clubs and stuff like that, then I think it really affected him. But I don't think it really affect him now. I think Travis is still gonna be, and I think he is the most marketable player in this draft that's gonna be coming out. So I think he'll be all right. And if he goes to a pretty solid team, I expect him to probably go to New England or Jacksonville. one of those teams, then I wouldn't be, surprised if, he's pretty headstrong, because I think he's a headstrong, type of individual. But, this is just like, it just happens to everybody. And I felt like every 18 hours I was getting like a different news plug about the situation. Like, first it was the video that came out, then it was like another video, then it was the pictures that people were taking with it. And I was like, whoa, like, Travis Hunter's literally trending on Twitter and social media. I'm like, geez, man, can I reset my search history? Everything that was popping up was this Travis Hunter thing. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. And she's replying to all of these Instagram, I saw a couple of leaks of her in these Instagram DMs. She commented something, and I think NBA Centel, they kind of framed it and everybody thought it was real. It was really, really funny. So Travis should just learn from it. It happens to essentially all of us, eventually once in our lifetime. They just go through something like this. And, I don't think this girl is really for him. That's just me. Also not in their relationship, so I don't really know what's going on, behind closed doors. So maybe I'm not getting a good perspective. I don't know. Just from the exterior, I don't think she's for him. Like, that much. Because Travis was saying in the video that they've been dating for five years. And I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, if y'all been dating for 5 years, why is videos of her at these clubs hanging around all these niggas, letting all these dudes grab her tush? Why is this trending? And this was taken from 3 years ago. So I was just a bit confused about the situation. I just think, Travis Hunter, he's kind of just been led in the dark, and he's one of those dudes that he's really delusional. Like, he's really delusional. So I have no other words, man. I really don't know what to say.
Now, you're right, definitely delusional. I mean, this is also the guy that thinks he can play both sides in the NFL, so it kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, man, this situation, man, it's been a huge roller coaster. But Travis Hunter, like Mal said, he has been trending for basically all of the wrong reasons, really leading up to the Heisman. And then ever since after the Heisman, winning it, he hasn't even really got his flowers for real. Like, he's just been trending for the wrong things. And, this girl has kind of brought a lot of bad things to, I guess, his name, even though he's not the one that did it. But it's a lot of bad things going on with him. And it was smart for him to, deactivate his account, because you don't really need to hear all that. This isn't like word for word, but a quote that Maya Angelou said is when people show you their true intentions, believe them the first time. Don't sit there and run with it and, just be like, oh, that's not really them. I know that, this and that. No, believe it. And for the fact that these videos and photos and text messages resurfaced, 2 years ago, that shows that she really been, giving the brother the runaround. She been playing with him. He's got someone who knows about this type of stuff in Deion Sanders, and who's kind of telling him, hey, man, you finna be one of the biggest names in the sport of football. So it's gonna be females coming for you. So you gotta, take those precautions. And right now it kind of doesn't look like Travis Hunter's taking that with a grain of salt, which he needs to. Now, I don't know if some of the guys around him have seen some of these signs from the girl, because, if you guys, sometimes they can tell, like, hey, maybe the girl ain't really for you. Now, I really don't know. And like Caleb said, I don't really know what goes on behind closed doors. So I don't know their entire situation. But for what I'm seeing, it doesn't look too good. I don't think it'll hurt his marketability. Like Caleb said, he is probably the most marketable person in this draft. And that is, also his quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Those two are the most marketable guys in this draft. And I think they will be very marketed in the league, especially with him just signing, deal with Adidas.
Dog, we got to face facts, because you guys saw what I sent you in the group chat about him and his girl. They were doing like some type of Q&A. She told his ass before his freshman year, you need to break up with me. Basically, like what Jalen said, when people show you their true colors, believe them. She told him to break up. He was like, oh, no. Travis Hunter is a simp, ladies and gentlemen. He's a simp. And when I say simp, I'm not saying that he's soft. I'm not saying that he's weak, but he's simple-minded. He's trying very hard to be a good person. That's what I believe. He's trying really hard to be a nice, kind individual, and he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So that is affecting all of his decision-making. He really, truly believes that finding a wife before he gets to the pros is going to help eliminate all of these distractions that's going to come with being a professional athlete. I think that's one of the main reasons as to why this guy is doing things the way that he's doing. Because think about it. Who gets married before they get drafted in the NFL? People don't do that, bro. Not with girls that have all of these red flags. He's doing this because he wants to be great, but he feels that there may be temptations that he may not be able to avoid if he doesn't have those type of restrictions. Being married, you're restricted to that one woman. Problem is, he just found the wrong person, and he doesn't have the maturity to be in a long-term relationship as of now. I don't think he does. He still has a lot of holes in terms of his development as a man. He hasn't been out on his own for real. You've been basically living with this girl since you graduated high school. You need to live on your own first. You need to figure it out on your own first before you integrate somebody into your life like that. And that's why I think that it's a big mistake and misjudgment for him to just put all of his trust in this girl when what has she done to receive all of that? Now, like Buffy said, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, so maybe she's done a lot for him, but we also have seen that she's done a lot to hurt him as well. Whether he is conscious of that or not, I do believe that subconsciously he is affected by all of these things that he is seeing. He can say that he doesn't care, but he cares a lot. And I just think that listen to your parents, man. I really believe that his folks are trying to tell him the right shit. So when I hear a 21-year-old male say that he listened to his girl before his parents, that's the biggest problem to me, because your parents are gonna love you unconditionally for the rest of your life. Things can happen, there can be arguments, there can be disparities, women will come and go, but your parents are always gonna be there for you, brother. So for you to not listen to them, especially while you're this young, for you to not even listen to Prime, who you said is a father figure to you.
Wait. Has it been on record that he does have a good relationship with his parents? Because I did see a report that he was talking about, his childhood issues. So, is he on good terms with his parents? You never know, because certain people, they just, they weren't raised with great parents. I mean, for the most part, they're going to be there, but I didn't see the video, but I saw a report that, he had some childhood trauma and some childhood issues. So you never know.
That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, because that may be where some of the trust issues align. Because fellas, we all know we could have a girl for 10 years. We still gonna listen to our mom and our pops before anybody. So for him to say that, especially this early, like he said that when he was giving his speech, he said he was giving his Heisman speech that he wants to give the credit to his girl first. He listened to her before anybody. That I was kind of shocked when I heard him say that. But as Buffy said, yeah, things have happened in his childhood. That makes a whole lot of sense. It also makes a whole lot of sense for somebody to say, especially like if he knows his father, if he does have he knows his biological father, has some type of semblance of a relationship with him, for him to say that he views Prime as his dad. So there's kind of a lot going on that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And even with Prime, he's known his girl before Deion Sanders. So he's probably viewing it from that lens too. He may not listen to everything that Deion says, because for one, it's not his biological father. And two, he knew his girl before him. Yeah, I just wish that, man, him and his parents would just have some type of sit down, or at least Prime would just sit down with him and really educate him on what is really important, and just wake this dude up, because he's just not seeing reality right now. As Buffy said, he's pretty delusional. Shout out to Buffy for saying that these athletes, they probably just need to stay off social media, because it's not good for their mental health. I think especially with people like Travis Hunter, our generation Gen Z, we live with social media, so just projecting your everyday livelihood on there is just something that's normal to him. But at the end of the day, when you have all of this attention, you got millions and millions of people. First of all, that's not a normal social interaction to have so many people in awe of you and that are so interested in your life. Like, he genuinely has millions of people that are interested in what he is doing on a daily basis, his relationships. So he probably just needs to stay off social media. I do think that Travis Hunter is a good person, like I said before. And as Jay said, this journey, there's a lot for him to learn. And he is just kind of a little hard-headed right now. So his ass has to learn this the hard way, from what I'm viewing, because as we probably pointed out, I'm pretty sure that there are people in this corner that told him to let this girl go before we even saw it come to the light of media. So now that it's coming publicly, and also Travis Hunter, you did put all of this out publicly, which is the reason why we have this foresight. He has to take that and he has to handle that and work with it, because it's only going to get harder from here on out. But at least you will have this experience and you will learn from this experience, and hopefully you won't make that same mistake again. So as Jay and Buffy said, I wish the best of this brother. He's going to be a phenomenal player. I don't think that this will affect him in terms of his play as a professional. But it is something that, if he doesn't handle correctly, could affect his personal life and his mental well-being.
Hi, my love.
Ugly ass. How was practice?
It was cool. I caught 6 touchdown passes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it's fat. Wow! But yeah, I'm hoping we're gonna have a great lunch.
Did you just see that man smack your girl ass?
It's okay, it's my girl. You don't understand this.
You a dork?
Thank you for coming on my podcast, Travis Hunter. I love y'all relationship. It's so perfect. How's everything going today?
Well, I love how everything's going.
Actually, I never liked him at first. I was like, because he was a little lame, goofy ass little boy. But he's a football player now.
You don't see what's going on? Nope.
You're gonna have fun at your parents' house. I trust you. Those guys must be your brothers.
Yeah.